Well, welcome back everybody. We're going to be starting up the spray paint test again, and we're starting with this one. Did you know that Behr makes spray paint? I certainly didn't. So last time I was in Home Depot, I see all these, they had a lot of spray paint from Behr, and only some of them are they calling spray paint. The other ones, they're saying decorative paint, but they're coming out of cans. And I have some of them too, but that's for later. We are concentrating on this one, this category called Spray Paint by Behr, and these are mainly the gloss colors, the type of thing we would spray on our model cars. And we're going to test them to see how they do, see if they're actually glossy, if it's a hot paint or a more of a craft paint or whatever we're going to discover. Something that I don't know, and I've looked all over the can, is whether or not this is an enamel. In fact, I don't know what kind of paint it is. It says it's paint and primer. This is kind of funny right here. Let me zoom in here. Paint and primer, and then down here it says that there are some situations where you may need to use a primer coat. But in listing what I was mentioning there about not knowing, I will film the entire label here to show that there is, you just go as slow as you want, there's no mention of what type of paint it is. Being Behr, you're kind of thinking that it's going to be like latex, but I don't think it's latex. There's a bunch of scary chemicals coming up right here, but I don't believe any of those are paint, so I actually don't know. Anyway, let's back up right about to here, mentioning that being a paint and primer, it says right there, it can be used on wood, metal, plastic, stone, or wicker. And today we will be testing it on wood, metal, and plastic, and actually also on styrofoam. I'll show that in a second. And that's to find out whether or not it's a hot paint or a hobby grade craft type paint that would be really delicate on some surfaces like styrofoam. Anyway, they mentioned that it has this comfort tip that makes it, take the top off there. Basically, it's just a wide tip like the newer Rust-Oleum cans, and that's all they mean there. And we are starting out with this color called Flirt Alert. And we also got another one. We're not going to be testing the yellow, but we got Unmellow Yellow for another day, where I don't think we'll actually ever test that. We're just testing their spray paint in general, their gloss paint, and I'm keeping that for a future hobby project. And so that's it. We got a very bright red, and I'm hoping that it comes out like the lid, the cap, inside the pamphlets. These are wonderful pamphlets that are droppable, and what you have is all the color chips ready to go to show cannot be opened, and there. So Flirt Alert is somewhere right in front of me. You can see these are all glossy, and the other types as well, they also have these wonderful little pamphlets with the color charts, and it's pretty exciting. All these colors were not there, but a lot of them were, and so I just got the two. And just mentioning that you can get these for reference. And anyway, let's move on to where I have taped all the things onto the cardboard and get ready to spray. Okay, so this is what we got. Starting from the left here, this is a piece of, it's like the end of when you're doing drywall, those little things, and I've cut it and folded it over. It is some kind of steel. And then here we've got a regular styrene spoon, and incidentally that came straight out of a package, so it has never been touched. But this is now a tongue depressor, so that's an example of wood. Also the cardboard would be an example of wood. Also have some tape here, might be a good example. And then styrofoam. This is to test to see how hot the paint is, if it has a lot of dissolving chemicals in it, which I think it does because we just read the label and it looked pretty bad. So it's probably going to shrivel up that styrofoam, but you never know until you actually try it. So I just checked the temperature. It's about 67 degrees out here today, and it is overcast. It's not very humid though. And those are the conditions we're painting in. Always better to be a bit warmer than that, but we'll see what we can do. I can't change the temperature. So let me set up the other camera and start spraying. Okay, so here we go. So just started off with a nice kind of a mist coat. As you can see here, it is a very bright, almost a neon red, and I really like that. I gotta say that the spray tip is excellent. It is really covering very quickly. Now it is definitely, from what I can see here, let me get close on that styrofoam. It does appear as though it might be crazing it a bit. How close can we get? Not that close. When I first sprayed it, it was bubbling. Don't know what that means, and I can't really even completely tell if it's dissolving it, but we will put on a thicker coat here in about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, what I call a flash coat, where you can get your second coat on without having to wait a day and a half. And that will probably, I think that we're just going to put 2 coats on, maybe 3, depending on what happens with the spoon. You can see here it's not having any effect at all on the metal, because metal of course is the least likely to react to solvents, and the plastic is reacting just a little bit. This is pretty much normal from what I have experienced, and then the wood just needs another coat. Anyway, we'll wait just a few minutes and put a second coat on, a thicker coat, and see if we can get this to start glossing up. Okay, I've just sprayed it just a second ago, straight to the other camera, because I wanted to see if I could catch that bubbling effect that happens. A little bit, see that bubbles? It's obviously, it's not the right paint for styrofoam. That's just a hotness test. And okay, so there is the wood. Wood is soaking it in quite a bit, and the spoon is really starting to look good. Look at that. Now, will it stay shiny? Of course, we've just sprayed it. And then of course the metal is looking the best. On this side, maybe we can see some of the glossiness there. See there? And so I will wait another 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll see how it looks and decide if we are putting on a third coat for the sake of testing. All right. Okay, so it is closer to about 10 minutes later, and as you can see here, we have the best coverage on the metal, and it is close to the cap color. I will say it's a bit brighter than the cap, and the spoon is, let me get closer, as you see, is starting to cloud up a little bit. So but on the edges it is still glossy, so I'm thinking that just needs more paint, but we will find out here in a second. The wood has slowed down on its absorbing. You just have to put a lot of paint on wood if you haven't prepared the surface. And then the styrofoam, we are getting holes. It is eating it up. I think that the only reason why it's not shriveled up into nothing is because there is primer mixed in. Remember, this is a paint and primer. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to paint a hot paint onto plastic without some dulling out happening, which is what we have here. It is going to work very well on metal, and it seems to work very well on wood. And as you can see here on the plastic on the box, it's working very well. And the tape that's holding on the components, it is looking pretty good on. I should paint the tape more. There we go. No problem on that. And so I am going to put on a third coat just to see what happens. I think I'll give up on the styrofoam, and we will get a final coat on the wood to see what a finished appearance would be on that. And I'll put the third coat on there. I'm not completely expecting, say, by tomorrow for that to still be glossy, even if I'm able to make it glossy with the third coat. And sure, we'll put the third coat on the metal as well. So let's do that and see what we got. Okay, and so there we go. We are glossy again on the spoon, but we don't know if that's going to stay glossy. And there is a look at the tongue depressor, and we didn't spray the styrofoam again. We're giving up on that. It is a hot paint, and we will see tomorrow what happens with this. It should suck into those details quite a bit more by tomorrow. We're going to give it 24 hours to cure and see what it does on the metal. Should look the best. And we'll see if it goes cloudy on the spoon and see how it sucks in on the details. Should really be able to see the wood grain by tomorrow. And also at the end there, I showed clearing the tip in case anybody was thinking that the tip looked quite a bit like the Rust-Oleum any direction tip that you can spray it any direction. In fact, what that does is that keeps you from being able to clear the tip, because that can will spray upside down. I just wanted to show that this can will not spray paint upside down, so you clear the tip on this one by spraying it upside down so that you have a chance at it working next time you go to use it. Anyway, so we'll put this away for now and we'll check on it tomorrow, but that will be the next scene for you. Okay, so here we are on the day after, and we are seeing a change here. Let me get up close here. So after, I think I was watching it, and it was about 6 hours later, started to see the gloss going away on the spoon, and that is because it's reacting to the plastic. Because it doesn't dry like that on a surface that it's not reacting to, as you can see here on the metal. Absolutely perfect. And there's a good indication of what it's supposed to look like. As I was mentioning in the previous scene, it has sucked down into the details and covered very, very well. You can see the color there. So it's really good paint. It's just not necessarily for plastic, or not ready to go for plastic. And here we go. Here's a better look at the wood. It is very good on wood. Of course, it's not reacting to the wood. If you remember the previous scene, it was all blotchy, and it has now cured and shown the details. And of course the styrofoam is, I think, even worse somehow. And ultimately, that is what I think they are meaning when they are saying a primer coat may be needed on some surfaces, and that surface is clearly plastic, or at least certain types of plastic. There are many different types of plastic. I'm not saying all plastic, but I am saying polystyrene. So now, to avoid that, the only thing that you have to do is actually put on a primer coat. Primer would protect the plastic from the paint, and the reaction wouldn't happen. So that is why they're saying primer coat, is to protect it from the, ultimately the big problem here on the ingredients, I think, is the acetone. Acetone will dig straight into styrofoam, which is styrene. And that explains that. So anyway, overall, I have to say it's really good paint. I am going to use it on my model car just to, and that of course has a primer coat on it, so it should be totally fine. But this is just the first test with the Behr paint. We still don't know if it's enamel. It actually smells like enamel, just going from experience. It smells like the other spray paints that I use, so I think it's enamel, but I don't know for sure. Ultimately, a pretty good paint though. And appreciate you watching, and watch for a lot more spray paint reviews. We've got a lot of cans lined up, and really looking forward to reviewing them. All right, see you in the next one.